Have you ever found yourself thinking silently that maybe this part of life is behind you? Maybe you even look in the mirror and, whispering to yourself, say, "Oh, I'm too old for these things anymore." I feel you. I really do, because that's the voice many people carry inside after 60, a voice that tells them that desire, intimacy, pleasure have a set time to end, as if there were some kind of invisible timer that goes off when we get older. And look, I'll tell you something. This voice lies. It lies because it was taught to lie. We grew up hearing that aging is synonymous with stopping. Stopping dreaming, stopping falling in love, stopping feeling desire. As if after a certain number of candles on the cake, life becomes just waiting for the end. But life isn't that. Life isn't waiting. Life is now. I want you to feel that with me now as you listen, as if I were sitting right next to you on a calm afternoon, sipping a warm coffee and telling you the flame within you is still there. It never went away. It may be extinguished, hidden, suffocated, but it hasn't disappeared. It never disappears. What we're going to talk about here today is precisely how to dust off that flame and let it shine again. Have you ever noticed that some people, even at an advanced age, still have a sparkle in their eyes? It's that couple you see walking hand in hand in the park, laughing at silly things. Or that gentleman who goes to the market all dressed up, wearing an elegant hat, greeting everyone with a wide smile. It's not just appearance. It's something inside. It's the certainty that they're still alive. And being alive isn't just breathing, it's feeling. Feeling pleasure, feeling joy, feeling desire. But I truly understand that it's not easy. The body changes, the mind changes, priorities change, and sometimes we don't even realize we've lost a bit of ourselves along the way. Sometimes it's because of an illness that came along, or a marriage that went sour, or the loneliness that hit when the kids left home. And then we start to believe it's normal to live without fire, without will. But it's not. It's not natural. It's common, yes, but it's not inevitable. One of the biggest myths that pains me to hear is when someone says, "After 60, I don't feel anything anymore. It must be my age." It's like there's a switch that turns itself off, right? But let me tell you a little story. I met Donna Rosa at a birthday party. She was all smiles, dancing like she was 20, in high heels, her hair tied in a beautiful bun. I asked, "Donna Rosa, what's the secret?" She laughed and said, "Secret? The secret is not accepting that it's over." She was 82. 82. And she still felt like a woman, still felt alive, still had a boyfriend. So don't tell me the flame is gone. It just needs you to rekindle it. Now, of course, the body changes, and changing doesn't mean getting worse. It means different. And you need to get to know this new body you have today, like someone introducing themselves for the first time. "Nice to meet you. I'm you, today." Some things won't be the same, but some things can even be better, calmer, more aware, more affectionate. And that's where self-confidence comes in, because many people look in the mirror and only see flaws. They see wrinkles, sagging skin, gray hairs, and each of these signs is just that, a sign of a story. They're not flaws, they're chapters in the book of your life. And when you start looking at yourself with more tenderness, more love, everything changes. Because sensuality begins in the head, not the body. And speaking of our minds, there's so much stuff we carry around inside that gets in the way. Sex is for young people. I can't bother my husband or my wife. It's ugly, it's ridiculous to want that at my age. Who said that? Who convinced you of that? When you were a child, did anyone tell you that flowers only bloom in spring? No. Because some flowers bloom in winter, and some flowers only bloom after years of waiting for the right time. So allow yourself to be. Put on that outfit you like, even if no one is there to see it. Spray on a perfume just for you. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I deserve to feel pleasure. I deserve to feel alive. This has nothing to do with others. It's about you and yourself. And if you have someone by your side, this conversation is even more important, because silence often chills what could be beautiful. Talk. Don't be shy about saying what you feel, what you want, what you need. It may be difficult at first, but nothing is more intimate than sharing your insecurities. And if you don't have someone, that's okay, because the most important person in your life is you. And taking care of yourself is the first step towards making room for new stories. I know it's a lot to think about, but take a deep breath with me now and feel. Just imagining the possibility gives you a warm feeling in your chest, doesn't it? Because that flame never goes away. It just waits for you to want to rekindle it. You know what I see most often? People who think that to rekindle the flame, they need to make big changes. They need to travel to the Caribbean, lose 10 kilos, or get plastic surgery. None of that is necessary. What really makes a difference are the small, everyday gestures. These are the ones that fuel the fire. Have you ever noticed how wonderful it is to walk in the morning sun, feel the wind on your face, or that wonderful feeling of a long shower, soft skin, and the scent of soap? Sensuality resides in these simple things too. It's not just in bed. It's in the way you hold your coffee cup, the way you style your hair, the way you sit down to dinner. I always say, take care of yourself as if you were going to meet someone special, because you already are that special person. And speaking of self-care, there's one important thing no one talks about, but I will. Health. You can't talk about your sex life without talking about your health, because there's no point in trying to rekindle the flame if your body is crying out for help. So get your tests done. Talk to your doctor. Sometimes a simple medication adjustment changes everything. Sometimes it's just a vitamin deficiency, or uncontrolled high blood pressure, or poorly managed diabetes. Don't be shy about discussing these things in the doctor's office. Another thing no one says, but it makes all the difference. The rhythm changes. The body ages, yes, and that means it requires more calm, more patience. And that can be beautiful, because you discover new ways to feel pleasure, new ways to be together. It's not like when you were 20, it's different, and it can even be better, because there's no longer a rush, no longer that anxiety of proving anything to anyone. Oh, and don't be afraid to try new things. Allow yourself to. Sometimes a different environment helps. A pillow to support your back, some soft music in the room, soft lighting. All of this helps you relax and get in the mood. And there's a very important detail. Your head needs to be clear. You can't feel pleasure while carrying hurt, resentment, or sadness. So, if you need to forgive someone, forgive them. If you need to apologize, apologize. If you need to leave the past in the past, let it be. This is a gift you give yourself. And I never tire of repeating. If you're single right now, know that it's never too late to start over. I've seen people find true love at 70, at 80. I've seen people fall in love again after being widowed, after being separated. But this only happens to those who open themselves to the possibility. And it starts with a step, just one. A loving look at yourself, a walk hand in hand, a lingering kiss, a tight hug. Because the flame doesn't return all at once. It returns slowly, and every spark is worth it. So take a deep breath now and promise yourself, I
will allow myself because I deserve it. And now that we've talked so much, let me remind you of something powerful. You still own your story. It doesn't matter what happened up until now. It doesn't matter if you spent years feeling nothing, if you settled, if you thought it was too late. It's never too late. Never. I see a lot of people giving up on themselves. Oh, I'm too old. Oh, no one will look at me anymore. And I keep thinking, how sad it is to give up while still alive. Because that's what living is, taking the risk of feeling again. And what makes you feel alive are not just the years that have passed, but the moments you still have ahead. So I want you to look at yourself with love today. See every wrinkle as a poem written on your face. See every gray hair as a sign of wisdom. See every mark on your body as a medal for everything you've experienced. And don't forget, you still deserve to be loved, desired, admired by yourself and by whoever else you choose. And always remember, sensuality lives in the details. In a coffee sipped slowly, in a sunbath, in a perfume you chose for yourself, in a smile given without haste. It's not only in the bedroom that the flame ignites. It starts much earlier. It starts in your head, in the way you treat yourself. So today, I want to extend an invitation to you. Do something for yourself. Put on that nice outfit. Call someone. Make a dinner date. Give a hug. Say, I like you. And most importantly, make room within yourself to feel everything again. And before I say goodbye, let me ask you one thing. If this conversation touched you, tell me in the comments. I want to hear your story. I want to know what you dream of experiencing next. Like this video. Share it with someone you think needs to hear it today. Because sometimes just a little push can rekindle the flame in someone else too. And always remember, life after 60 can still be full of energy, choices, and joy. It's just up to you to take the first step. I believe in you.